Hey guys, MC Mura here, and I just finished up my coverage for all of the balance changes in the March update for Street Fighter 6, and I have a lot to say. I have a lot to get off my chest when it comes to this update. I really have a lot of thoughts about it. Obviously, as I've been doing the videos, I've been monitoring the reactions as well, and I'm seeing like the reaction on the YouTube videos, on Twitter, and everything, right? I think I kind of have a unique perspective with balance changes because I try to cover every member in the roster, and when I do these changes, I try my best to be as informed about them as possible. There is a reason that I don't do live stream and read the patch notes with you guys and just try to come up with the stuff on the fly, because I know this is the process, this is like what everyone else does, and I try my best not to do that. I usually try to look up Twitter, I look up the character discords, I try to come up with as much information about what happened, maybe new setups, new combos, as I can. I don't want it to be like a reaction to the patch notes. I try to make it informed, but at the same time, you do want to get these out as quickly as possible because that's when people care, right? If you put it out on day 2, day 3, typically the interest have gone down significantly. No one cares at that point. So, and obviously you can't cover every character, but I try my best to be as informed about it as possible before I make an overall opinion. Right? Now, when it comes to this patch, what I do want to say is that this is the December update that Capcom didn't put out in December. This patch is absolutely a mid-season patch that got delayed. And I think if you are looking at it from a different lens than that, then you are setting yourself up for disappointment. Their patching have already been very weak, but we do have to keep our expectations in check. Like, for example, and I absolutely love Chris F, right? But I saw the Chris F Season 4 balance update, like this video, which is a great video, by the way. Like, I absolutely agree with most of what he's saying. If you treat it as a Season 4 update, then you're gonna be disappointed, because even if, like, you check out the official website, right? If you check out the official website, it is listed as the 17th of March update, right? The start of the season was one that got the name version to it. So it's like, this is 2025 version. This is the 2024 version, right? So the 2024 version, this was like the season 2, and this was like the season 2 update. This is when they added Akuma. Notice this, it's listed as 2024 version, right? And this was season 3. This is when they added Elena, 2025 version. So even them never said that this was the Season 4 update. Their patching is already as bad as it is, but we do have to call a spade, right? We do have to be honest, right? Now, the thing about Street Fighter 6 is that Capcom actually makes good changes. They're just moving so slow. They're just moving at a snail's pace. For example, earlier this season, they removed the parry beating all, where they made it so that there is a perfect parry mid, there is a perfect parry low, and you have to hold the direction. And that was a great change that did improve the player experience with this game, where now we saw significantly less perfect parries, so that was good. In this patch, the major thing was, we are nerfing drive rush overhead. One of the dumbest things about Street Fighter 6 is that people were able to drive rush overhead and they get full combos if they happen to get the hit, and if it get blocked, you will +2, +3, so you're still getting frame trapped into medium, you're still getting frame trapped into like a shimmy situation. It was awful. So them nerfing drive rush overhead, that is great. That actually is a great change. Kind of like perfect parry. Kind of like the changes to the back throw Oki. These are great changes. But you could have put all of these into one batch. You didn't need to wait 3 years to figure out that drive rush overhead is mad toxic. Right? I feel like it, at least, right? So I like the direction is good, but we are moving at it so unbelievably slowly that by the time that Capcom realizes that throw loops are an issue, we're gonna be at 2030, which I don't know why they're moving at such a snail's pace, right? So the changes are positive, They're just moving way too slowly, and people are tired of giving them the benefits of the doubt, right? Because the changes are so incremental and they're so small every time, you never have the chance to notice. Imagine if perfect parry change happened at the same time as when we got the perfect parry scaling, at the same time we got the change to drive rush overhead, at the same time we got a change to the back throw key. If Capcom did all four of these at once, we would, oh my god, the game actually feels different now. But they are tackling stuff so slowly, it's unbelievable. Now, when it comes to the changes to the individual characters, I am a lucky bastard, right? Just like Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, when all I wanted was to have an X and Zero team, all I wanted was a realistic changes for my characters. Viper actually got everything I wanted. I can't believe it. So it's like, as someone who made Viper, I couldn't believe this patch. They fixed everything I complained about, which insane. But at the same time, this poor girl, Manon, she got squat. And I think it's telling in general about the direction that Capcom is taking with these characters. Some got fascinating changes, like for example, which is weird to me, like Dhalsim. Dhalsim changes are so much fun. They give him a ton of new mix-ups, a ton of new offensive potential. That is great. I want every character to get the Dhalsim treatment, the Viper treatment, where like, alright, now you get new routes, you get new mix-ups, you get new set play, yada 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 yada. You're great, right? But then you have characters like E Honda, which in my opinion, the changes are mad lame. Like if you're a Honda player, okay, you're getting a little bit more damage on hands, which is fine, but the hand activating on block, that's a waste, because typically you want to hit confirm it, because getting the hit into the sumo splash, into the knockdown or whatever, or the corner carry is so much more valuable. So it's like, are you really gonna do that? Not really. Like you're just spinning your wheels, or like Kimberly, where you're just now saving a little bit more drive for your 2 cans combos. It is so subtle what they're changing with these characters, and most people are not gonna really love what they did. And even then, even if the changes are not significant, who they decide to buff and who they decide to nerf is that just blows my mind. That honestly just blows my mind. Like for example, Solar Plexus was Ryu, an extremely strong move. So when they nerfed the proximity block on it, you know what? That's great. That's fine. But did we really need to take it away from Manon's heavy kick? And if you know what? If we're tackling proximity block in general, then I will say, okay, fine. But that's not what happened. So they nerfed Ryu's justifiably, but they nerfed Manon, which was like the saving grace of her neutral. I don't know why they did. But then they left Bison's kind of alone. They left Sagat's step kick kind of alone. So it's like, does that make sense to you? Does that make sense? I don't know. And even if we're talking about all of the top tiers, did it really make sense? Like, I know his crouching medium kick, OD Adamant Flame, was really strong, but the way I see it is Akuma got the biggest meaningful nerf out of some of the top tiers. Like in my opinion, his nerf is actually big. Akuma, in my opinion, got nerfed more than JP. And I know what JP players, Mura, they took away his throw loop. They didn't. He still gets a dash up into +1 where he can sit in his throw. You still can drive rush and get a true throw loop. They didn't take away his throw loop, and JP got... I just did a top 10 best moves video. JP's departure was #1. So they buffed the best move in the game. Like, does that make sense? Their changes are just so random. And the thing is, when it comes to changes, you really never know. You really never know. Remember when they gave Ed the flicker into the kill rush? And everyone thought that this was like, this is a cute little change. It's not gonna be like a super big deal. But it turned out to be a gigantic buff. It turned out to be easier. Remember when they gave Ed that, which actually ended up buffing all of his combos, and now he got crazy roots. Remember when they actually did take away the throw loop from Ed? And you know what happened? Ed was still the best character in the game. Ed was still the best character in the game. So it's like the fact that they gave JP this, I don't know how you can look at me in the eyes and say that, okay, JB needed it. Is it a fun change? Yes, it is. Kind of like the changes to DJ Sway, kind of like the changes to Dalsim and his Jumping Media Bunch and Yoga Flame stuff, right? That is a fun change. Did it need to happen? Especially since JP was widely considered to be like a top 3 character. Not really. Not really, since this is a very viable change. This could be the biggest buff in the entire list, right? This is a huge buff. Like, you have no idea how big this buff really is. Because this already was like one of the best moves in the game, now it's even better. So, did get nerfed in the corner, but the compensation buff could eventually end up being a better deal. And then you get characters like I said, like Honda, that they don't know. The Jury buff seems to be like a really cool buff as well. The Rashid buffs may end up being super toxic as well. We don't know, we have to remain and see. So like their changes are just like, it feels like Capcom is so afraid of making sweeping big changes and just gonna keep trickling changes one by one. Overall, since I got Viper buffed, since I got Bison buffed, somehow, like they sought to buff Bison. Like I was completely fine if Bison was left intact, or even if he got slightly nerfed. But they buffed him, which is like, I don't know. Like, did you need to really buff Bison and nerf or give the most useless token buffs to Manon and nerf the best neutral tool she got? I don't know. Anyways, this season, this patch, like I said, this is a mid-seasonal patch, but it's clear which characters Capcom care about. It's clear which characters Capcom don't give an F about. It's clear which characters may get some interesting treatment, like Cammy got a pretty cool buff. I think Lily buffs are actually kind of cool as well. At least they're trying something new with her. Chun-Li got nothing burger, Honda got nothing burger, Marisa changes are okay, but Jamie are just token buffs. The Crushing Medium Kick buff is not bad though. So it's a mid patch for a mid-seasonal update. Anyways, what are your thoughts on the changes for this patch? Do you like them? Do you not? Are you gonna change mains? I'm pretty much gonna double down on Viper and Bison now. I'm glad that I invested in Viper because I think she is probably gonna be a lot better. At least I got new tools to play with. Because of the change to Heavy Kick, I do actually have new combos, new routes, new set play, so that's cool. Thank you so much for watching and stay safe.